I drive on the wrong side of the road. Imagine that. Most of the people that I've come across in these cars are pretty rude. The tour guy, he's pretty cool. There's either a turtle or a stingray swimming. I see some fish. There's some fish in there. Stripey fish. See the fish. Maybe you can see the fish. It pretty good through the camera lens. Oh, there's another one. There's so many fish here right now. They're everywhere. I hope y'all can see them. Big ones and little ones. Put the camera up, they want to come out.
Hee-ho. Hee-ho.
Well, there, you know, if you're on a sponsored excursion, go down and wait.
Yeah, we that wasn't our thing, was it?
No,
Oh, it wasn't.
We did a third party.
Palladium, correct, Palladium.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was really nice.
I've heard about it. It took a
I don't think so. This is
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Alright guys, everyone welcome to the West Bay Sightseeing Tour. I'm going to be your tour guide for today. My name is Giovanni. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I am originally from another island called Trinidad and Tobago. I moved across here to Grand Cayman 4 years ago, and I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of basic information today and a lot of my personal experiences as well. So first off, I'm going to tell you guys what your tour entails of today. So the local time right now is 9:06. We will be getting back at the Royal Water Terminal. I'm going to drop you guys straight into the terminal at latest 1 p.m. So first off, I'm going to tell you what your tour entails of today. So first we're going to take a small drive through the south side of the island. This is known as South Church Street. Now a lot of rich and famous people own homes or second homes here on this side of the island. A lot of local families that carry a lot of weight own beautiful mansions on this side of the island. So you guys are going to get to see a lot of beautiful homes on the south side of the island today. Right after that, I'm going to be taking you guys to start the day off right. We're going to be getting some shots at the Tortuga Rum Company. You're going to get to sample the famous Tortuga rum and rum cakes. Right after that, we're going to be heading on over to Cayman Bay, which is a man-made area. It was swamps and mangroves before Cayman Bay was built on top of it. And the Dodd family built Cayman Bay right on top of it. So I'm going to be talking to you guys later on today about the Dodd family while we get at Cayman Bay. Right after Cayman Bay, I'm going to be showing you guys the governor's house, the governor's mansion. This is where the governor lives. He lives right on the 7 Mile beach. So you guys are going to get to see where the governor lives today. Right after that, we're going to be heading on over into West Bay, where you guys are going to get to see hell today. I'm sure you guys are all curious on what hell is all about, so you're going to get to see that as well today. Right after hell, we're going to be heading on over to Dolphin Discovery. We're going to get to spend some time with the beautiful dolphins as well. And then I'm going to be taking you guys and dropping you off at the beautiful crystal blue water 7 Mile beach, where you're going to get to spend at least an hour to an hour and a half at the beach. And right after that, I'm going to pick you guys up at 12:30 from the beach, just in time to get back at the Royal Water Terminal for 1 o'clock. Any questions?
Sounds fun.
Talk a little louder.
You want me to talk louder?
Yes, please.
Alright, no problem. So, Grand Cayman consists of 3 islands. Where you guys are right now, this is, the Cayman Islands consist of 3 islands. So where you guys are today, this is Grand Cayman. We also have Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. So Grand Cayman being the largest island, it measures 22 miles long and 8 miles wide. In Cayman Brac, it measures 10 miles long and 2 miles wide. And Little Cayman, it just measures 7 miles long and a half a mile wide. It's tiny in Little Cayman. So you can literally ride your bicycle around Little Cayman. It'll probably take you about 20 to 25 minutes. Now Grand Cayman being the largest island, it has a population of 64,000 people. In Cayman Brac, there is a population of 2,500 people. And in Little Cayman, there's just a population of just 160 people that live on that island. It is tiny. Everyone's on church on Sunday. Very unique spot. So if you guys ever get the chance, I highly recommend checking out Little Cayman. Now if you guys take a look on your left hand side, this is a beautiful mansion owned by a local family. They're called the Thompsons. As you can see on the gate, they have a beautiful T to represent their name. Now the Thompsons, you guys can see they're doing very well for themselves. If you guys take a look right across the street on the right hand side, back to Grand Cayman, I highly recommend checking out the Smith's Bar today. It is one of the best snorkeling spots on the island. I personally went snorkeling there. I've seen squid, I've seen barracudas, tarpons, stingrays, nurse sharks. I swam up to a squid already and he shot out his ink at me. Very unique. Nothing like I've ever seen before. So if you guys come back, I highly recommend checking out the Smith's Bar today. Now, if I were to put a value on the Thompson's mansion that we just saw, that house cost no less than $15 to $20 million. Now, the reason why it costs so much is because it's located on the south side of the island, and also because it's located right in front of a beach. And another thing too is that house is made out of mahogany wood. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with mahogany wood is it's very strong. Termites cannot eat through it, so mahogany wood is gonna last a lifetime. And also, there is a 2-bedroom house that survived Hurricane Ivan in 2004 that destroyed 80% of the island, that is made out of mahogany wood. And that is the original house that made most of these places, or most of these people build their homes out of mahogany wood. So I'm going to explain a little bit about that later on today. Now, if you were to continue on this street, this is South Church Street, you will reach one road that takes you all the way around the island, and it will take you about an hour and 30 minutes to drive around the island. Now, also, if you were to continue on this street, you would see a lot of other beautiful homes. We have a lot of rich and famous people that own vacation homes here on island. So Mark Cuban from Shark Tank has a house here in Grand Cayman. Oprah Winfrey has a house here in Grand Cayman. Justin Bieber, Shakira, and a lot of other rich and famous people own second homes here on island. Now, the reason why a lot of people like to own second homes here on island is because this is how the weather is all year round. It's about the mid-70s, and in the summertime it can easily reach up to 100 Fahrenheit, and that's how it is throughout the whole year. Now, we do have a hurricane season in July, but the last hurricane that we got was Hurricane Ivan in 2004, and it destroyed 80% of the island, including the Hilton and the Hyatt Hotel. So later on today, when I show you guys the old homestead, it is just a 2-bedroom wooden house that survived Hurricane Ivan, but the Hilton and the Hyatt Hotel got destroyed. So very unique home. Now, the cost of living here in Grand Cayman is pretty high, but the government takes very good care of the local people. So on the left-hand side, we have a private school. This is St. Ignatius, and this is where our foreigners / expats, those who work on work permit here on island, those are where their kids go. And then on the left-hand side, we have the public school. That is a John Gray High School, and those are available for locals alone now. Locals get free transport, free school supplies, free education, and also there is a university at the West Indies right behind the John Gray High School, where locals can also further their education free of charge at the expense of the government. Now, the government takes very good care of their locals as well. The locals here, they get a welfare on island, so they live pretty good. And also, if someone wanted to open up a business here on island, let's say for example a restaurant, in order for you to open up this restaurant on island, you need to partner with a local, or some people just pay locals for their name alone, and they run this restaurant, so they live really good here on island. For those people like myself who work here on island from a foreign country, we work here on a work permit. So every 2 years we need to renew our work permit, and also to become a resident here on island, you need to be working here on a work permit for at least 9 years, and also you need a certain amount of voluntary points. So what that means is that there's an animal shelter here on island, or there are beach cleanups, and you need to have a certain amount of points, a certain amount of years working here on island, at least 9 years. And then once you do that, you have to leave for a year and come back, and you can apply for your permanent residency. Any questions so far, guys?
Good.
All good? Alright, perfect. So, Grand Cayman consists of 5 districts. So where I picked you guys up this morning, that was Georgetown. That is the capital of Grand Cayman. Later on today, you guys are going to see West Bay. That is another district of Grand Cayman. We also have Northside, East End, and Bordentown. So those are the 5 districts that make Grand Cayman. So today you saw Georgetown, and you're going to see West Bay, but definitely I highly recommend coming back to the island and seeing all these other attractions. We have the Stingray City, we also have the bioluminescent bay, we have the blue iguanas by the Queen's Botanic Park, we we have horseback riding, the turtle center, a lot of stuff to do here on island. So I highly recommend when you guys come back, you know, rent a car. I know that we do drive on the left-hand side of the road, so some of you might be thinking, no, this is wrong. No, definitely rent a car and come check us out. Now, throughout the island, you guys are gonna see a lot of chickens. We have a lot of chickens roaming all over this island from north, east, south to west. Now, later on today, you guys are gonna see all of these chickens all over the island. I'm gonna explain to you guys why we have so many chickens here in Grand Cayman. Now, the main reason is because of Hurricane Ivan that destroyed 80% of the island in 2004. Now, what happened was there was a chicken farm that used to export chicken meat or chickens to Jamaica, and basically Hurricane Ivan destroyed this farm, and these chickens ran loose, and they started to multiply by the thousands throughout the years. And the locals, they do not eat the chicken simply because they're running around all day and their meat is very tough. And you know, they just get their meat from the grocery just like everyone else. So their chickens are not protected here, but they live very freely. So you guys are gonna see a lot of chickens today. Now, when I moved to this island 4 years ago, it was filled to the brim with green iguanas. And I'm not even exaggerating. For every chicken that you see today, there were 10 iguanas to every chicken. So if you guys take a look at our electric pole here on the left-hand side, there's like this brown kind of metal sheet wrapped around it. Now we have those located on all of our electric poles from north, east, south to west here on island. And those are mainly just to stop the green iguanas from climbing up. When they reach that metal sheet, it gets slippery and they can't make it to the next level. But before the government put all these metal sheets around each and every electric pole here on island, the iguanas used to climb up and they used to get electrocuted, and they used to cause a blackout on the island. No joke, guys, there were a lot of iguanas. So the government put a bounty out on their head. The government literally paid locals $5 per iguana, and then it started as the Great Iguana Culling. Now, can anyone guess how many iguanas could you possibly get rid of? Thousands? Alright, I'll tell you guys exactly how much iguanas they got rid of. They got rid of 1.6 million. Now, you do the math. 1.6 million times 5. The government paid at least $5 to $7 million out in just getting rid of iguanas on the island alone. If you guys take a look on the right, this is our local farmers market. Now, we do not have much products there for sale, basically because the soil is not the best on the island and everything is imported. Everything, so down to the water that we drink, the food that we eat, the clothes that are on our backs, everything is imported here on this island. So you're gonna find that everything on this island, you're gonna find that everything on this island is at least 3 to 4 times the price that it is in the US. Now I'm gonna show you guys a Cayman Islands dollar. Now some people are very surprised to hear this, but the Cayman Islands dollar is actually stronger than the US dollar. So I'm gonna give you guys an example of that. I'm gonna pass you guys around a $10 bill. Now if you put it up into the air, you're gonna see a turtle. Now if you put it up into the sun and you don't see that turtle, you can keep that $10. Alright, and also just to give you guys an example of the cost of living here on island, this is our gas price here up on the left. Now that is in CI price. So what that means is that is about $8 to $9 for a gallon of gas here on island. Also, to give you guys another example of the cost of living here on island, a gallon of milk in the grocery goes for $8 US. And the main reason why everything is at those prices is because everything is imported. Everything. Alright guys, our next stop is going to be the Tortuga Rum Company, where you guys are going to get to sample the famous Tortuga rum and rum cakes. So if you take a look on the left hand side, this is A.L. Thompson's Hardware. This is how they can afford to own such a beautiful home. They own something like the Home Depot right here in Grand Cayman. And as you guys saw, they're doing very well for themselves. Now we have a lot of local families that carry a lot of weight on the island, just like the Thompsons. We have the Fosters, they own a grocery in every district on the island. We have the Hurleys, the Tibbets, the Watlers. So these local names carry a lot of weight on the island, millions, billions of dollars. Now,
Are they districts or parishes?
they're districts.
Okay.
Alright guys, so we're gonna be entering Tortuga Rum Company now. Now everywhere does accept US on the island. You might get CI and change, or we accept all cards except for American Express, I believe. Any questions so far, guys? All good?
Pretty good.